you. We are here at the airport in Stuttgart after a very powerful, very successful mission of the Lord here. And I'm here with my son, Archbishop Nathaniel Banza, together with my daughter, Archbishop Mireille Banza. This is a golden couple. The reason I'm recording this is because now we can sit back, we can stand back here and look back. We can stand on this day and look back at how my son, Nathaniel Banza, used to have a big burden with his wife. And they would make sure that every time I passed through the airport in Schiphol airport in Amsterdam, it was such amazing. The cost, you could see the burden they had. They would buy a ticket. Banza would buy a flight ticket to allow him access the inside of the airport where I was making my transit, to meet me and tell me about Europe. And even to ask me, are you okay, man of God? We know who you are. We know you. Are you okay? Yes, come, we'll take you to the lounge. Yes, but please remember Europe. Remember Europe. These people need you. So that is how this entire mission in Europe began. And that's why today I have this tremendous privilege and opportunity to record with them, to have this wonderful conversation. Now looking back today, you see the very successful mission we have had here in Stuttgart and the missions in different nations. We had in Germany, Berlin, Germany, here in Stuttgart, and then Herrenberg. We've just come from there. And then we've also had Amsterdam. There are now missions everywhere. We are going also to Portugal. But I wanted us to celebrate this moment with my son Banza, the Archbishop Nathaniel Banza, a very senior engineer, by the way, in Amsterdam, and also with his wife, Mireille Banza, and how they had such a tremendous burden for this continent. And then they brought me on. They would pay a ticket, enter into the transit area where I was, to tell me about Europe. Remember Europe. And when they finished, they would tear the ticket like this and go back outside the airport. And so, Banza, my son, I want to thank you very much for having a burden for this continent. And you have seen what the Lord is doing now in this continent. Revival has begun from nation to nation, announcing the coming of the Messiah. Very, very powerful. Can you talk to them there for at least 2 minutes?
Thank you so much, my Lord, to accept to come to Europe to help us, so we can prepare for the coming of the Messiah. We are so blessed. We saw the tremendous miracles and wonders in Herrenberg, and we thank so God so very much for everything that you do for us in Europe. And we still pray so that the Lord keep you faithful to Him and continue to help us to be ready for the coming of the Messiah.
Oh, that's very powerful. The Lord keep you faithful to Him. Yes, so you are saying you used to come and tell me about Europe, right? Yes. Sometimes you'd buy a ticket and you enter, right?
We had a burden for Europe. Europe is very, very hot.
Yes.
This darkness in Europe, and you bring the light in Europe for the coming of Messiah. We have to open the door.
Oh,
we are so happy that you accept this invitation to come to us, to bring us the message, to prepare for the coming of the Messiah. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, that's very powerful. My daughter, can you talk to them a bit?
Thank you.
In French. Yes.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup, les puissants prophètes de Dieu, Dr. David Douor. C'est vraiment un grand privilège, bien-aimé. Vous savez que ici en Europe, l'Europe est comme les déserts. Les églises sont vides. Mais ce que nous venons de vivre ici à Stuttgart, c'était glorieux. J'ai 33 ans ici en Europe. Je n'ai jamais vu une réunion où je vis les Européens assis le premier jour de la conférence, le deuxième jour de la conférence, il n'y avait pas de café, ils ne sortaient pas pour aller fumer la cigarette, ils sont restés assis du début jusqu'à la fin pour écouter le puissant prophète de Dieu, Dr. David Douor. L'Europe, l'homme de Dieu, le prophète de Dieu, que Dieu a établi en ce moment pour préparer les 5 continents en l'enlèvement de l'Église, il est là. Il est là. Dieu l'utilise pour ensemencer la terre, pour nous faciliter le ministère. Je vous invite, la prochaine conférence, c'est au Portugal. Et bientôt, il nous donnera aussi la date pour Amsterdam. Il nous donnera aussi la date pour Bruxelles. Venez nombreux. L'Éternel Dieu est en train de nous visiter en Europe. Et je dis un grand merci à notre papa, le puissant prophète de Dieu, Dr David Ward, d'accepter de venir en Europe pour nous aider. Merci beaucoup, my fathers.
So thank you very much. It was such a tremendous thing to see them in that meeting in Herrenberg. And then in the midst of the visitation, I called him. I said, my son, you asked that this should happen in Europe. Look, it's now happening here. And he said, oh, I feel so great in my heart that finally the Lord has remembered the continent and is now giving light to the continent and announcing the glorious coming of the Messiah. The more you announce, the more people will get to know and prepare. So may the Lord bless the churches under your jurisdiction. I have blessed you, my son and my daughter, in the mighty name of Jesus. And the churches in Amsterdam that they are running, and the churches also in Brussels, and all over, because all the French speaking, they pastor them on radio. They pastor them even on the web. So it's a bigger congregation. And I bless you that you may continue with this good work, that the Lord may prepare this continent. Thank you so much.